Namaste and welcome to class. And thank you so much for sitting with me with your undivided attention. We are now in Bogota, in one of my sister's gardens. So beautiful. In Bogota is the place where everything flowers and it's cooling, but it's not too hot. And certainly is less altitude than in Cusco. So, in today's class, I want to talk to you about embodiment and the three types of embodiment that you should consider in order to feel solid, secure, and expanded. So, let's have first the solid aspect. One of the things that a must happens in order to be solid, you need to put three energies. One is your magnetic field. Right? That magnetic field is that relationship that you have with your environment, with your relations. Everything have a signature, a magnetic signature, including Gaia, right? Where we walk and we have a certain density and in that relationship of the gravity of the earth and your own sense of gravity, your own magnetic field. So a lot of that magnetic field, of course, is in relation to the earth. But a lot of those magnetic fields are also in relation to the objects and subjects that you prefer to be surrounded by it. For example, if you are in a mountain that is a crystal, your magnetic field is going to increase. And with that magnetic field increasing, you will feel more grounded, more secure. And the types of movement in the magnetic field are more directional. It means that, when you feel very attracted to somebody, you're like, oh, this magnet, and you go there and you focus so only on that. Because concentration, in a way, is the engagement of magnetic field in an object or in a subject or in a passion or in an action. So definitely when that happens is it involves the magnetic field involves your concentration, your attention. It involves the quality of interaction and the maintenance of that action, right? When you are engaged magnetically with somebody, you are dancing in a great team and you do need the magnetic field in order to make a deeper physical contact, right? If we are not really attracted to somebody, we are not going to feel like having sex with that person. So in that sense, the regeneration and the actual dwelling of consciousness in the magnetic field is of great joy and great expansion and great connection with others. And that is the kind of embodiment that we don't exercise, right? We have a wiki magnetic action, magnetic field, and then we just go out and we start dreaming about something, and we start reading something, and oh yes, we go, the mind goes out, we just check out of our life. So in that sense, you are not trained to maintain, and this is an important word, maintain. It's not like, yes, everybody have a magnetic field, but how do you maintain it, right? How do you maintain your passion, the magnetic force that is gonna go over and over and direct you and attract you to something that is expressive and that is meaningful? So that is the first type of embodiment. You do need that force. Engage that force. Magnetize that force. Activate that force. So your magnetic field can lead you, can help you to engage in any action and expression you want to. The magnetic field is around 2 feet around our physical body. However, that doesn't mean that it's not inside each of the cells that you do have. Each of the cells has a magnetic field. Without the magnetic field, they will be all like a soup with no boundaries. So in that magnetic field, if it's too much, then you are just so dense, you just want to sleep, you don't feel too engaged, you feel heavy. But if the cell is interacting with the right grade of magnetic field, they have joy of connection. And imagine all the cells of your liver connecting, healthy, moving, interacting, exchanging information, and all gather in one single function. Okay, let's clean the blood here. And that is the joy of that organ. You are an organ of the source. So how do you recognize that magnetic field, and how you engage in that magnetic field is of supreme importance. The second time of embodiment is when you let go of the attachments about drama. And in that, stopping the hunger to look for a drama to feel engaged. It's a kind of the same magnetic field, but in a way, it's more plasmic, it's more fluid, right? So you go into one, if you can imagine that you are like kind of a bubble, and that fluid goes towards a drama, and outside of you. Well, in that moment, you are disembodying. You are looking actually for problems to engage with other plasmic fields that have different information, and then the real drama and messiness start, right? So if you want, let's say, to feel alive through pain, you're going to look for a tyrant. So your magnetic field start to, your plasmic field start to go towards a tyrant. And in that tyrant, you pick up everything about that person subconsciously, what the pain and the harshness and the control. And then you take it on and say, oh yes, I am a victim. This person is so hard with me. That's a type of embodiment. You are embodying the energy field of others because you don't want to take responsibility for that plasmic power of embodiment. And that plasmic embodiment is when you use your creativity for constructive actions, and that include service. Without that kind of embodiment, you are going to feel emotional empty, not belonging. And you will try to embody somebody else, somebody idea, somebody emotions. This happens often in music. When I see people say some kind of music, and then that creates certain environment within you, you are embodying that resonance. You are embodiment of that vibration. Well, that's the science of mantras, right? To listen properly and reciting properly the mantra means embodying the resonance of certain elevate teachings or knowledge or reaffirmation. So my point is, you are embodying all the time. It's just that when it's not conscious, you either get embodied by things that are not useful, or you embody somebody else as well. This is often in mothers with young children. They embody the child so hard that hardly the child can move and find their own identity. So this life force transferring from one form to another form, it happens in larger ways. Let's say when you die, you transfer your life force from one body to another, meaning energy, or meaning another body, or vice versa. If you're empty and totally unconscious and not taking responsibility, you get embodied. So the science of embodiment is a very subtle one, and it's happening all the time. But hear the secret of this week and my proposal of this week. Because at this moment, the energy of the planet and collectively is a little bit higher. The energy of the sun, the solar plates are more close to Earth. And as we know, sun is consciousness, is represented by the source and is the embodiment of illumination. We humans have worshipped in so many cultures the sun. So as these energies are closer, they have not only the full spectrum that we see in the rainbow, but they have other spectrums that have little sediments of minerals and dust, solar dust, that our body is very much in need to complete that stability of embodiment. When I become aware of that, I thought I am going to open 6 weeks experiment and see who can join me in this experiment, where through meditation we explore the art of embodiment to be more in here. But it's not only the here that always had been, it's the here that embody and now that have a much more richer knowledge, potential, solar dust. I cannot put it in words. If I am able to put it in words, will be bliss, expansion, love, groundness, solidity, sovereignty, security, more stability. Did I say stability? More stability. And why we need that, why that is so plain right now and our probabilities, is because there's a lot of changes. So the more changes happens in our planet, which is the alchemy planet, the more fluctuations of magnetic fields, of plasmic fields, or electrical fields, the more probabilities are given for stability. There is no change that comes with a gift. There is no movement that doesn't come with inertia and with repose and with security and groundness. They all come together because one is the same coin. One is change, one is stability. One is fluctuation, one is repose. One is the higher part of the waves, the other one is the lower part of the waves. Our proposal as mystics and as a teacher also is learn to take the rights of creation. It will never stop. You need to exercise these subtle muscles in your heart, those subtle muscles in your brain, in your nervous system, to learn to navigate the eternal life. Because it doesn't matter if you die tomorrow and you don't incarnate or you incarnate again, there is a factor of the source that is always in motion, that is always in the impermanence. Learn how to navigate the impermanence and learn how to ground and embody the no impermanent in your body. That way your body becomes eternally secure, eternally stable. Otherwise, it's just at the mercy of the impermanence, and you don't have perspective, you don't have depths, you don't have the solid embodiment of the source and matter. So for that, I am inviting you to please walk with me for 6 weeks, I mentioned, starting November 11th. Every Tuesday we meet for 6 weeks in a group, and I will teach you all about parallel lives, different types of embodiment, why you don't want to embody, how to embody higher frequencies. And also, if you have never been visiting the school, the Mystic School, Berdhanya teachings, if you have never had take a course, you can't have a scholarship in this program. All you need to do is to send me a note. Below you have the email, and I will reply to you. Please come, walk with me. And that way you can breathe and find the tools for you to get that stability that we are all seeking for. I thank you very much for sitting with me, and I will see you in our next lesson. Namaste.